to see it.
All right, next one. Solo, a Star Wars trailer. Now, there's two that are about a minute, 10 seconds long. So, you saw both of them. And
yeah, the name is dumb. But
it's a really dumb name. I really hate the fucking name. I would have much...
I don't like how they're just putting a Star Wars story after everything.
I know.
Come on, dude.
That's really cheesy.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody likes that. Like, Rogue One was much better just being called Rogue One, but the fact that you call it Rogue One a Star Wars story is just... It's so cheesy sounding. It really is.
We're not reading bedtime stories to babies.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
At least the title-wise.
The title, yeah, no.
But besides the title, what do you think of the two little trailer shots? Because they are kind of like two...
They're pretty different.
Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, we'll go off of the first one, the Super Bowl one, which was him, kind of saying... I mean, in both trailers, he says, I want to be a pilot, best in the galaxy. But this is the one where he's talking straight to the officer.
Yeah.
And it has that, like, really cool train...
Yeah.
So what do you think of the trailer?
I think it looks good. I think it looks like it's going to be good. I'm excited to see Donald Glover as Lando, young Lando.
I just want to see Lando in general. I don't care. I mean, yeah, Donald Glover looks really good as Lando.
Yeah.
I actually don't hate. Is it Adrian Hollenreich? Let me find out what Han.
The guy who's playing him.
Yeah, it's like...
He doesn't look like he's going to do a bad job. I'm not necessarily a fan of how he looks. I don't think he looks like a young Harrison Ford. But
no, but at the same time, I mean, you're just not going to get... Alden
You're right,
Ehrenreich is his name. Alden Ehrenreich is his name. Yeah, I mean,
Harrison Ford's pretty distinctive looking, so it's going to be hard to find a match.
Ewan McGregor doesn't really look that much like a young...
I know, but it was...
Alec Guinness, but it worked. Because you bought the character and they acted the same.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that could happen with this guy.
And I think a lot of people are just shitting on it because he doesn't just straight up do a Harrison Ford impression. Do you know what I mean?
Which wouldn't make sense.
No, it would get really old. And
do you know how much because you obviously you lived your life, but how much have you changed since you were 16?
I'm not even kind of the same.
No, I'm not the same person at all.
Yeah, I mean, and my mannerisms aren't all the same either. So it's like,
can you imagine going from, I don't know, what's he look like in this movie? Mid-20s, mid to late 20s, to go into mid-40s that he is in the original Star Wars?
I don't even think he's supposed to be mid-40s. I really think Harrison's only how old was Harrison Ford? I think Harrison Ford was only 30-some years old when he did Han Solo. I don't think he's that old because you got to think 30 years pass.
People can change.
I'd say he's about 30 whenever he's in the original trilogy because you got to think in The Force Awakens he's probably pushing around 60, 65, and that's 30 years after Return of the Jedi. So I'm going to say that Han Solo in the original is probably around 30 to 32. I'd say that.
You think he's pushing 60? I think he's pushing 70.
In the Force Awakens?
I think he's either closing in on it or he's already past it. But
late 60s, I'll say. I'm not going to say 70.
Yeah.
I won't. I think I'd like to see what Emilia Clarke is doing in there from Game of Thrones.
Was that the woman?
That's the woman.
I know. I don't know if it's canon anymore, but I know Han Solo was married at one point.
There was a storyline in the comic books where somebody came out and said, I'm Han Solo's first wife, but then they found out that she was just a con artist trying to get, money and, popularity from it, because at that point in the comics, he's married to Leia. Oh. So, I don't think it's the same character, because I'm sure her name's different from what the character that did that, but I don't know. We don't know if this is going to be a first love interest or what her character is. But I mean, I
this
love
is Han Solo we're talking about.
Yeah, let's not act like Harris.
Let's not
act like Han Solo was this
I'm only
purity ring guy. Yeah,
I've only been in love with two women my whole life.
Yeah, it's like Han Solo fucking shooting Greedo point blank, and you're gonna pretend like Han Solo's this good guy. I mean, he's supposed to be a scoundrel. I mean, I've been reading a lot of the Star Wars canon novels.
Yeah.
And in one of them called Bloodlines, which is all based around Princess Leia, so they bring about Han Solo, and she's she's talking to this criminal, and she's like, you don't know all the shit that, like, I could get you for right now. And this character's like, you don't know how much crap I can get your husband for. You know how much terrible things he did whenever he was a smuggler, scoundrel, scumbag.
Well, yeah, he really doesn't. He really doesn't morally evolve until like halfway through The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, pretty much, because he finds out that he really loves Leia.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of where he's like, oh shit, I'm actually meeting someone I actually like. So they're clearly going to go into Han Solo meets Chewie, I'm sure, and then how he's going to win the game of Sabacc against Lando and get the Millennium Falcon back, which you mentioned whenever we were watching it, you were like, why does it look so different, the Millennium Falcon? Now, I don't know if you remember this, well, it clearly was Lando's ship. That looks like that would be Lando's ship. And in A New Hope, Luke Skywalker like comes up to him and goes, whenever they see the Millennium Falcon for the first time, he's like, what a piece of junk. He's like, hey, I've made some special modifications to this
I was just going to say, yeah, that's...
He clearly fucks around with it to make it what he wants. So
And does it kind of shoddily.
Yeah, I actually think that's the best part. I remember I read this big giant article about how Han Solo's not a very good mechanic because the Millennium Falcon is constantly in a state of array of like just wires hanging out.
Yeah.
Shit doesn't work. Shit's falling off. Like he modded it so much that it's just like it does look like a heap of junk. And then like when he takes the Empire Strikes Back and actual mechanics look at it and fix it up, you know, they obviously fucked around with it and they got rid of the hyperdrive thing. But I mean, I'm wondering if this movie will show him doing the Kessel Run, because I'm wondering if he makes the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs with that ship or his modded ship. I don't know.
Well, he say this baby made
this
the
baby
Kessel Run.
He said this baby made
parsec.
the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
Yeah.
Which I've actually, if anybody want to know, I know how to. I did an in-depth analysis with my friend once about what that all means, what a parsec is, speed, and what the Kessel Run is, and what it means to beat it in less than 12 parsecs. It's really kind of interesting. I love like talking about it. Ooh,
nerd shit.
Yeah, really nerd, sweaty shit.
Sweaty nerd shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yay. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't really asking for a Solo film, but I don't. It's Star Wars, so yeah, I'm gonna see it.
Yeah, I will too.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw Rogue One, even though I hated it.
Yeah. And we both saw Last Jedi, and I mean, I like The Last Jedi more and more I watch it. And the first time you watch it, you liked it too, right?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Did we talk? We talked about it.
We never talked about it on here because by that point, Star Wars had been out for like 6 weeks.
That's true.
So we never really got a chance to talk about what Adam thought of it.
I liked
he
it.
did liked it.
I
he did like it.
I think there was only that one problem, where like the 30-minute
I think
plot
it's
to
fair.
the casino planet.
The casino planet and Leia Mary Poppins through space.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
I didn't think the casino plot or like the casino subplot was a bad idea. It was just poorly executed. Like I went in there expecting some like Cowboy Bebop shit to be going on, and what I got was a car chase, and the cars were cats.
Yeah, it was a bad. I didn't like anything about it. I really hated almost all of it. It felt way too prequel-y to me, like, and it went nowhere. And it just was completely pointless and dumb. And you realize that the fate of the whole entire galaxy, I'm not going to go into Star Wars too much here, but you realize that the whole fate of the galaxy was almost ruined because of a fucking parking ticket. And that pisses me off. They go to that planet. They could have just met the hacker, done the hacking, knocked the tracker out. Everyone would have been safe. But because they parked it on the beach and they fucking got tasered and thrown in jail, they met the shitty hacker. And then they got off the planet. All that shit. You realize that almost the galaxy was fucked over because of a goddamn parking ticket.
Yeah.
That really pisses me off.
You know what? Framing that subplot in that way makes it even worse.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I've seen the movie 4 times. I've realized that just makes me more and more angry when you're sitting there like, really? They're thrown in jail over parking their ship on a fucking beach?
An empty beach?
An empty beach.
In the middle of the fucking night?
Yeah, and they're like almost killing them. And like, oh, that's awful. That's so bad.
Yeah. Wow, you just made me realize it's even worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, when you see it so many times and you're looking for all these errors, you're like, wow, this could have been a successful mission had they just not parked on the beach and no one would have given a shit. Like, they should have just said, hey, sir,
don't park like a douche.
Don't park like the beach. You need to move that or we're going to fine you. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I did not know I couldn't do that.
I'll move it right away.
Yeah.